All right, by the end of the next 2 videos, you will be good at switching between those chords you just learned. Let's start off with the easy win. G to C add 9. All we have to do here, once we find our G chord, is pick up both our index and middle fingers at the same time and move them down a string each. This is the exact same switch as C to G7 was in week 1. The only difference is which fingers we are using. Instead of our second and third fingers, we're using our first and second. Let's go back and forth between these 30 times with our metronome. 1, 2, ready, and. Notice how I'm moving both my fingers at the same time. If you can, don't look like me. Oh, 1, 2, ready, and. See how you can kind of hear my guitar here? That's because I'm pushing down hard enough. And you should be able to kind of hear yours too. Good work! Now the toughest swish we face this week is anything to or from the D chord. We will practice G and C add 9 to D, and then we'll practice E minor to D. The big important move for this switch happens with our middle finger. If we get this one finger down well, the others simply fall into place. Let's do this with the switch from G first. We go with our middle finger from the 3rd fret of Big Eddie all the way down to the 2nd fret of Little Eddie. Big switch across all the strings. Let's practice this 30 times. You don't have to leave your fingers there, okay? Let's just practice that big switch 30 times with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, and. I would definitely look and make sure you're getting this right for the first little bit. Ten more. Two more. 1, 2. Awesome. Let's also try this a string down for C add 9 to D. So instead of going from Big Eddie to Little Eddie, we go from 8 to Little Eddie. 1, 2, ready, and. 2 more. Awesome. All right. Follow my instructions very closely as we pull this all together from G to D. Find your G chord, okay? As we move that first finger down, it's very important that 2 things happen, okay? We make sure that our third finger does not move at all. It can just stay there the whole time. Okay, practice that a couple times. Now, the other important thing that needs to happen is as we make that move, this other finger needs to follow it and move down just 2 strings. Then all we have to do is get rid of that pinky. Great work. For C add 9 to D, we don't even have to change anything other than our fingers don't go quite as far on the switch back from D. So we're at C add 9, same exact movement, other than we only have to move 4 strings down with our middle finger and 1 string down with our index finger. We're not even going to worry about E minor from G or anywhere else because it's basically the same thing. Anyway, let's head on over to the next video to play through the chord matrix.